Maya Carter ran through the dark forest. Her heart was beating fast. Behind her, she could hear the enemy soldiers shouting. They were getting closer. She had been running for 3 days now. Her feet hurt. Her clothes were torn. She was hungry and scared. The war had started 6 months ago. Alien ships came from space. They attacked Earth without warning. The aliens were called the Zephyrians. They were tall and gray. They had big black eyes. They wanted to take over Earth. They said humans were weak and stupid. Maya had been a scientist before the war. She worked in a lab in the mountains. When the aliens attacked, everyone ran away. Maya got lost in the forest. She had been hiding ever since. She had no food left. She had no water. She was alone. The trees around her were tall and thick. It was getting dark. Maya could not see very well. She tripped over a rock and fell down. Her knee started bleeding. She wanted to cry, but she knew she had to keep moving. The alien soldiers were still looking for her. Maya got up and kept running. She came to a small river. The water was cold and clean. She drank some water and washed her face. She felt a little better, but she was still scared. She did not know where to go. She did not know if any other humans were still alive. Suddenly, she heard a strange sound. It was not the alien soldiers. It was something else. The sound was deep and low. It came from the other side of the river. Maya hid behind a big tree. She was very quiet. She watched and waited. A figure came out of the forest. It was very tall, much taller than a human. Maya thought it was another alien. She was ready to run again. But this alien looked different. It was not gray like the Zephyrians. It had golden skin. It had long silver hair. It wore strange clothes that looked like armor. The alien looked around. Its eyes were bright blue. They almost glowed in the dark. Maya held her breath. She did not want the alien to see her. But the alien turned its head toward her hiding place. It looked right at her. Maya was frozen with fear. She could not move. The alien walked toward her. Each step was slow and careful. When it got close, Maya could see it better. The alien was beautiful in a strange way. It did not look mean like the Zephyrians. Its face was calm and kind. The alien stopped in front of the tree where Maya was hiding. It spoke in a deep voice, but it did not speak in the alien language Maya had heard before. It spoke in English. Perfect English, you can come out, the alien said. I will not hurt you. Maya was surprised. How did this alien know English? How did it know she was there? She stayed behind the tree. She was too scared to move. I know you are frightened, the alien said. The Zephyrians have been hunting you. But you are safe now. I am not like them. Maya slowly looked around the tree. The alien was standing very still. Its hands were empty. It was not holding any weapons. Maya stepped out from behind the tree. She was shaking. Who are you? Maya asked. Her voice was very quiet. My name is Kieran, the alien said. I am from the planet Arcadia. We are enemies of the Zephyrians. We have been fighting them for many years. Maya stared at Kieran. She had never heard of Arcadia. She had never seen an alien like him before. The only aliens she knew about were the Zephyrians, and they were all evil. Why are you here? Maya asked. I came to Earth to help, Kieran said. My people sent me to find something very important. Something that can stop the Zephyrians forever. What is it? Maya asked. Kieran looked at her for a long time. His blue eyes seemed to see right into her soul. Maya felt strange. She felt like Kieran could read her mind. I am looking for someone, Kieran said. Someone very special. Someone who has a power that even they do not know about. Maya did not understand. What kind of power? The power to control the ancient technology, Kieran said. The technology that can destroy the Zephyrian war machines. Only one person on Earth has this power. Maya shook her head. I don't know anyone like that. I'm just a scientist. I don't have any special powers. Kieran smiled. It was a sad smile. You do not understand yet, he said. But you will learn. The power is inside you, Maya Carter. Maya gasped. How did Kieran know her name? She had not told him. She stepped back. How do you know my name? I have been looking for you for a long time, Kieran said. My people have ancient records. They told us about a human woman who would have the power. They told us where to find her. They told us her name. Maya felt dizzy. This was too much to believe. You're wrong, she said. I'm nobody special. I'm just trying to stay alive. You have survived for 3 days in this forest, Kieran said. The Zephyrians have been hunting you with their best soldiers. But they cannot find you. Do you think that is just luck? Maya thought about it. She had been very good at hiding. She always seemed to know which way to go. She always found water when she needed it. She always found safe places to sleep. Maybe it was not just luck. I don't understand any of this, Maya said. You will, Kieran said. But first you must come with me. The Zephyrians will find you if you stay here. I can protect you. Maya did not know what to do. She was scared of Kieran. But she was more scared of the Zephyrians. And Kieran seemed kind. He had not tried to hurt her. He spoke to her like she was important. Where will you take me? Maya asked. To my ship, Kieran said. It is hidden not far from here. We will be safe there, and I will begin to teach you about your power. Maya looked around the dark forest. She could still hear the Zephyrian soldiers in the distance. They were getting closer again. She had 2 choices. She could keep running and probably die, or she could trust this strange alien who knew her name. Okay, Maya said. I'll come with you. Kieran nodded. Good, we must hurry. Can you walk? Maya looked down at her bleeding knee. It hurt, but she could still walk. Yes, she said. Kieran turned and started walking. Maya followed him. They walked along the river for a few minutes. Then Kieran turned into the forest. He moved very quietly. Maya tried to be quiet too. They walked for about an hour. Maya was getting very tired. Her leg hurt more and more, but she did not complain. She could still hear the Zephyrian soldiers behind them. They had to keep moving. Finally, Kieran stopped. He pointed ahead. Maya could see a silver light between the trees. As they got closer, she could see it was a spaceship. It was small and round. It looked nothing like the big, ugly Zephyrian ships. This is my ship, Kieran said. We will be safe inside. They walked to the ship. A door opened without making any sound. Kieran went inside first. Maya followed him. The inside of the ship was warm and bright. It was very clean. Everything looked new and shiny. Sit down, Kieran said. He pointed to a comfortable chair. You must be very tired, Maya sat down. The chair was the most comfortable thing she had felt in days. She almost fell asleep right away, but she had too many questions. Kieran, she said, tell me the truth. What is this power you think I have? Kieran sat down across from her. His blue eyes were serious. The power to save your entire species, he said. The power to defeat the Zephyrians once and for all. The power that makes you the most important human who has ever lived. Maya stared at him. She could not believe what she was hearing, but deep inside something told her it might be true. Maya woke up in a soft bed. For a moment she forgot where she was. Then she remembered. She was on Kieran's spaceship. She sat up quickly and looked around. The room was small but comfortable. There was a window that showed the forest outside. She could see it was morning now. Kieran came into the room. He was carrying a tray of food. Maya could smell something delicious. Her stomach made a loud noise. She realized she had not eaten real food in 3 days. You slept for 12 hours, Kieran said. Your body needed rest. Maya took the tray. There were fruits and bread and something that looked like soup. She started eating quickly. Everything tasted wonderful. Thank you, Maya said between bites. This is amazing, Kieran smiled. I am glad you like it. When you are finished eating, we need to talk. There is much you must learn. Maya nodded. She finished the food quickly. Then she followed Kieran to another room. This room was bigger. It had strange machines and computers. Everything was covered in lights and buttons. Maya had never seen technology like this. This is the control room, Kieran said. From here I can control the ship. I can also show you things about your world and mine. Kieran touched a button. A big screen appeared in the air. Maya gasped. She could see Earth from space, but it did not look like the pictures she had seen before. There were hundreds of alien ships around the planet. They were all Zephyrian ships. This is what your planet looks like now, Kieran said. The Zephyrians have taken control of most of your cities. They have captured millions of humans. Maya felt sick. What are they doing to the people? They are using them as workers, Kieran said. The Zephyrians are not just conquerors. They are also slavers. They take over planets and use the people as slaves. Maya stood up. She was angry. We have to stop them. We have to save those people. Yes, Kieran said. That is why I am here. That is why I found you. Kieran touched another button. The screen changed. Now Maya could see a different planet. This one was beautiful. It had purple skies and silver cities. The buildings looked like they were made of crystal. "This is Arcadia," Kieran said. "My home world. We are part of an alliance called the Free Worlds. We fight against the Zephyrian Empire." "How long have you been fighting?" Maya asked. "For over 1,000 years, Kieran said. The Zephyrians have destroyed many worlds. They have enslaved billions of people. We try to stop them, but they are very powerful." Maya looked at the beautiful planet on the screen. "Why haven't you been able to beat them?" Kieran's face became sad. "Because they have something we do not have. They have the war machines." The screen changed again. Now Maya could see huge metal creatures. They looked like giant robots, but they moved like living things. They had many arms and legs. They had weapons all over their bodies. They were destroying everything in their path. "The war machines are not just robots," Kieran explained. "They are alive in a way. They were created by an ancient race called the Builders. The Builders lived long before any of our people existed." Maya watched the war machines destroying cities. She felt scared just looking at them. "How do the Zephyrians control them?" "They found a way to hack into the control systems," Kieran said. "But they do not truly control them. They can only give them basic commands. The war machines are still mostly wild." "What does this have to do with me?" Maya asked. Kieran turned off the screen. He looked directly at Maya. "The Builders did not just make the war machines. They also made a way to control them properly. They created something called the command gene." "What is that?" "It is a special part of DNA," Kieran said. "A genetic code that can interface with Builder technology. The Builders put this gene into some of their people before they disappeared. Over thousands of years, the gene has spread to other races." Maya was starting to understand. "You think I have this gene?" "I do not think it," Kieran said. "I know it. My people have been tracking bloodlines across the galaxy for centuries. We found that some humans have the command gene, and according to our records, you have the strongest version we have ever detected." Maya sat down hard in a chair. This was too much to believe. "But I'm just a normal person. I work in a lab. I study plants." "What kind of plants?" Kieran asked. "Genetic modification," Maya said. "I was working on ways to make crops grow better. I was very good at understanding how genes work together." Kieran nodded. "That is not a coincidence. People with the command gene are naturally good at understanding genetic systems. It is part of how the gene works." Maya thought about her work. It was true that she had always been unusually good at genetic research. Other scientists said she had an instinct for it. She could see patterns that others missed. "Even if I do have this gene," Maya said, "how do I use it? I don't know anything about alien technology." "That is what I am here to teach you," Kieran said. "But first we need to test the gene. We need to make sure it is active." Kieran led Maya to another part of the ship. This room was smaller and darker. In the center was a strange machine. It looked like a chair with wires and lights all around it. "This is a genetic scanner," Kieran said. "It can read your DNA and tell us if the command gene is working." Maya looked at the machine. She was nervous. "Is it safe?" "Completely safe," Kieran said. "It just reads your genetic code. It does not change anything." Maya sat in the chair. Kieran activated the machine. Lights began to glow around her. She felt a slight tingling sensation, but it did not hurt. After a few minutes, the light stopped. Kieran looked at a screen next to the machine. His eyes went wide. "Incredible," he said. "What?" Maya asked. "What does it say?" "Your command gene is not just active," Kieran said. "It is the most powerful version I have ever seen. You have abilities that we have only read about in ancient texts." Maya got out of the chair. "What kind of abilities?" "You can do more than just control the war machines," Kieran said. "You can control any technology created by the Builders. You can interface with their computers. You can understand their language instantly. You can even control their ships." Maya felt dizzy again. "This is crazy. I don't feel powerful. I don't feel special." "The abilities are dormant," Kieran said. "They need to be activated. That is why I am here. I need to train you." "How long will that take?" Maya asked. "I do not know," Kieran said. "It depends on how quickly you learn. But we do not have much time. The Zephyrians are planning something big." Kieran turned on another screen. This one showed Earth again, but now Maya could see that the Zephyrian ships were moving. They were gathering in one place. "They are preparing for a final attack," Kieran said. "They want to break the last human resistance. Once they do that, Earth will be completely under their control. How long do we have? Maya asked. Maybe 2 weeks, Kieran said. Maybe less. Maya felt the weight of responsibility settling on her shoulders. Millions of people were counting on her, but she did not even know how to use her supposed powers. I don't know if I can do this, Maya said. Kieran put his hand on her shoulder. His touch was warm and comforting. You can do this, Maya. You are stronger than you know. Your people are stronger than the Zephyrians think. What do you mean? Humans are unique in the galaxy, Kieran said. Most races become powerful through technology or magic or natural evolution. But humans become powerful through determination and creativity. You find ways to win even when everything seems hopeless. Maya thought about human history, all the wars that people had won against impossible odds, all the problems that humans had solved through ingenuity and hard work. The Zephyrians do not understand this about humans, Kieran continued. They think you are weak because your technology is primitive. But they are wrong. Human strength comes from your spirit, not your machines. Maya felt a little bit of hope. Maybe she could do this. Maybe she could learn to use her powers and save her people. When do we start? Maya asked. Kieran smiled. Right now, he said. The first lesson is to feel the command gene working inside you. Close your eyes and concentrate. Maya closed her eyes. At first she felt nothing. Then slowly she began to feel something strange. It was like a vibration deep inside her mind. It was weak, but it was there. I feel something, Maya said. Good, Kieran said. That is the gene responding to builder technology. My ship has some builder components. You are sensing them. Maya opened her eyes. She looked at Kieran with new understanding. You're not just here to help me, are you? You need me. Yes, Kieran said. My people need you. All the free worlds need you. You are our last hope to defeat the Zephyrians once and for all. Maya took a deep breath. She was scared, but she was also determined. She would learn to use her powers. She would save her people. She would show the Zephyrians that humans were not weak. Let's begin, Maya said. For the next 5 days, Maya trained with Kieran. Every morning she woke up early and practiced using her command gene. It was harder than she had expected. The power was there, but it was like trying to use a muscle she had never used before. On the first day, Kieran showed her a small builder device. It was a metal cube covered in strange symbols. When Maya touched it, the symbols began to glow. She could feel information flowing into her mind, but it was too fast and too confusing. She got a headache and had to stop. Do not try to understand everything at once, Kieran told her. Just let the information flow through you. Your mind will learn to process it naturally. On the second day, Maya could hold the device for longer. The symbols still confused her, but she started to recognize patterns. Some of the symbols meant numbers. Others meant directions. It was like learning a new language, but much faster than normal. On the third day, something amazing happened. Maya was holding the device when suddenly she understood what it was. It was a communication tool. The builders had used it to talk to each other across great distances. When Maya realized this, the device activated. A hologram appeared in the air above it. Excellent, Kieran said. You are learning very quickly. Maya stared at the hologram. It showed a map of the galaxy. She could see thousands of star systems. Some were marked in blue. Others were marked in red. What do the colors mean? Maya asked. Blue means free worlds, Kieran said. Red means worlds controlled by the Zephyrians. Maya counted the marks. There were far more red than blue. They control most of the galaxy. Yes, Kieran said. But that could change. If we can take control of the war machines, we can turn them against the Zephyrians. We can free all those worlds. On the fourth day, Kieran brought Maya a bigger builder device. This one was the size of a briefcase. It had more symbols and more complex patterns. When Maya touched it, she felt a surge of power. The device responded to her thoughts. She could make it change colors. She could make it show different information. She could even make it float in the air. You are ready for the next step, Kieran said. Tomorrow I will show you something that will change everything. That night, Maya could not sleep. She was excited and nervous at the same time. She had come so far in just a few days. She was starting to believe that she really could help save humanity, but she was also scared. What if she made a mistake? What if she was not strong enough? On the fifth day, Kieran led Maya outside the ship. They walked through the forest to a clearing Maya had never seen before. In the center of the clearing was something that took Maya's breath away. It was a war machine, but this one was not destroying anything. It was sitting perfectly still. It looked like it was sleeping. Is it dead? Maya asked. No, Kieran said. It is waiting. Waiting for what? For you, Kieran said. This war machine has been here for 300 years. My people found it crashed in this forest. We have been guarding it ever since. Maya walked closer to the war machine. It was even bigger than she had thought. It was at least 50 feet tall. Its body was covered in weapons and armor. But up close, Maya could see that it was beautiful too. The metal had patterns that looked like art. The Zephyrians never knew it was here, Kieran continued. They think all the war machines are under their control. But this one is free. It is waiting for someone with the command gene to wake it up. Maya reached out her hand toward the war machine. When her fingers touched the metal, she felt a jolt of electricity. The war machine's eyes began to glow. Slowly it started to move. Maya jumped back. The war machine was huge and terrifying, but she did not feel afraid. Instead, she felt connected to it. She could sense its thoughts. It was not evil like she had expected. It was lonely. It had been sleeping for so long, the war machine stood up. It looked down at Maya with glowing blue eyes. Then it spoke. Its voice was deep and metallic, but Maya could understand it perfectly. Command gene detected, the war machine said. Awaiting orders. Maya looked at Kieran. What do I tell it? Tell it your name, Kieran said. Introduce yourself. Maya looked up at the giant machine. My name is Maya Carter. I am from Earth. Acknowledged Maya Carter of Earth, the war machine said. I am Guardian Unit 779. I have been waiting for you. Waiting for me specifically? Maya asked. Waiting for one with the command gene, the machine said. The builders programmed us to serve those who carry their genetic legacy. You are my commander now. Maya felt the weight of responsibility again. This incredible machine was willing to obey her every command. It could destroy armies or protect cities. What she did with it could change the fate of the galaxy. Guardian, Maya said, can you tell me about the other war machines? There are currently 423 active war machines in this sector, Guardian said. Most are under Zephyrian influence, but their control is imperfect. With proper commands, they can be turned. Maya's heart raced. If she could turn all the war machines against the Zephyrians, the war could be over quickly. How do I give proper commands? Maya asked. You must interface directly with the primary command network, Guardian said. This requires physical contact with a command node. Where is the command node? Maya asked. The nearest command node is located on the Zephyrian flagship, Guardian said. It is heavily guarded. Maya felt her hope deflating. The Zephyrian flagship would be the most dangerous place in the galaxy. How could she possibly get there? Kieran stepped forward. Guardian, can you get Maya to the flagship safely? I can protect Maya Carter during transport, Guardian said. But I cannot guarantee success. The flagship has powerful defenses. Maya thought about all the humans who were being held as slaves. She thought about her people who were still fighting hopeless battles against impossible odds. She had the power to save them, but she would have to risk everything. When is the best time to attack? Maya asked. The Zephyrians are gathering their fleet for a final assault on Earth, Guardian said. In 3 days, most of their ships will be in one location. This would provide the best opportunity. 3 days. Maya had 3 days to prepare for the most important mission in human history. Over the next 3 days, Maya and Kieran planned the attack. Guardian provided detailed information about the Zephyrian fleet. The flagship was in the center, surrounded by hundreds of smaller ships. Getting to it would require flying through a maze of enemies, but Guardian had advantages. It could fly through space without a ship. Its armor could protect Maya from vacuum and radiation. Its weapons could destroy any Zephyrian ship that got in their way. Maya also continued training with builder technology. Kieran gave her more devices to practice with. Each one taught her something new about using the command gene. By the end of the 3 days, Maya felt confident in her abilities. On the night before the mission, Maya and Kieran sat outside the ship looking at the stars. Maya was nervous but determined. Are you ready for this? Kieran asked. I think so, Maya said. I'm scared, but I'm ready. Fear is good, Kieran said. Fear keeps you careful, but do not let it stop you from doing what you must do. Maya nodded. Kieran, can I ask you something? Of course, and why did you really come to find me? I mean, your people have been fighting the Zephyrians for 1,000 years. Why risk everything on one human? Kieran was quiet for a long time. When he spoke, his voice was soft. Because sometimes one person can change everything. Sometimes one person with courage and determination can do what entire armies cannot do. He looked at Maya. Your people have a saying, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. But sometimes the courage of the few can save the many. Maya understood. Tomorrow she would risk her life to save billions of people across the galaxy. It was terrifying, but it was also the most important thing she would ever do. I won't let you down, Maya said. I know you will not, Kieran said. You are human, and humans never give up. That night, Maya slept deeply. In her dreams, she saw the war machines turning against their Zephyrian masters. She saw humans fighting back across the galaxy. She saw freedom spreading from world to world. When she woke up, it was time to change the course of galactic history. Maya stood on Guardian's shoulder as they flew through space toward the Zephyrian fleet. The war machine had created a protective bubble around her so she could breathe and stay warm. Looking down at Earth, Maya could see the damage the aliens had done. Many cities were dark. Smoke rose from burning areas, but she could also see lights in hidden places where humans were still fighting. Guardian, how long until we reach the fleet? Maya asked. 15 minutes at current speed, Guardian replied. I am detecting increased Zephyrian activity. They are preparing for their final attack on Earth. Maya's heart pounded. If she failed today, Earth would fall completely. All of humanity would become slaves. But if she succeeded, she could turn the tide of the entire war. Ahead of them, the Zephyrian fleet came into view. Maya had never seen so many ships in one place. There were thousands of them arranged in perfect formation. In the center was the flagship, a massive black ship that was 10 times larger than any other. That is our target, Guardian said. The command node is located in the central tower of the flagship. Maya studied the ship. It looked like a giant metal fortress floating in space. Weapons covered every surface. Smaller ships patrolled around it like guards. Guardian, what is our best approach? Maya asked. Direct assault, Guardian said. We fly straight at the flagship. My weapons can clear a path through their defenses. That sounds dangerous, Maya said. It is very dangerous, Guardian agreed. But surprise is our greatest advantage. They will not expect a single war machine to attack an entire fleet. Maya took a deep breath. Okay, let's do it. Guardian's engines roared to life. They accelerated toward the fleet at incredible speed. Within seconds, the Zephyrian ship spotted them. Alarms began blaring across the entire fleet. The first wave of enemy ships moved to intercept them. Guardian's weapons came online. Energy beams shot out in all directions, destroying ship after ship. Maya held on tight as Guardian twisted and turned through the enemy formation. Zephyrian fighters incoming, Guardian announced. Recommend evasive maneuvers. Small, fast ships swarmed around them like angry insects. They fired lasers and missiles at Guardian. Most of the attacks bounced off Guardian's armor, but some got through. Maya felt the war machine shudder from the impacts. Are you damaged? Maya asked. Minor damage only, Guardian said. Continuing toward target, they flew deeper into the fleet. The ships got bigger and more dangerous. Massive cruisers fired cannons that could destroy cities. Guardian had to work harder to avoid the attacks while still moving forward. Maya watched the battle in amazement. Guardian fought like a living creature, not like a machine. It anticipated enemy movements. It used strategy and cunning. Maya realized that the war machines were more than just weapons. They were intelligent beings. Guardian, Maya said during a brief quiet moment. Do you want to be free from the Zephyrians? I was never truly under their control, Guardian said. They could only give me basic commands. I followed them because I had no choice. But I never wanted to serve them. What do you want? Maya asked. I want to protect the innocent, Guardian said. I want to fight against oppression. The Builders created us to be guardians, not destroyers. Maya felt a surge of emotion. Guardian was not just helping her because of the command gene. It was helping because it believed in their cause. They reached the outer defenses of the flagship. The ship was so large that it looked like a metal planet. Massive guns fired at them from every direction. Guardian's shields flared as energy beams struck them. Shield strength at 60%, Guardian reported. We must reach the command node quickly. Maya spotted their target. The central tower rose from the middle of the ship like a spear pointing into space. At its top was a glowing structure that pulsed with energy. There, Maya pointed. That's the command node. Guardian angled toward the tower. But as they got closer, the flagship's defenses became more intense. The air around them filled with explosions and energy beams. Guardian's shields began to fail. Warning, shield strength at 20%, Guardian said. I may not be able to protect you much longer. Maya made a decision. Guardian, get me as close as you can to the tower. Then I'll jump. That is extremely dangerous, Guardian said. You could be killed. If I don't try, everyone will be killed, Maya said. Trust me. Guardian flew closer to the tower, dodging massive cannon blasts. When they were only a few hundred feet away, Maya gathered her courage. Now, she shouted. Maya jumped from Guardian's shoulder toward the tower. For a terrifying moment, she flew through empty space with nothing but her small air bubble protecting her. Then she crashed into the side of the tower and held on tight. The tower was covered in builder symbols. As soon as Maya touched them, they began to glow. She could feel the command gene responding. The symbols were showing her the way to the command node. Maya climbed up the outside of the tower. Below her, Guardian continued fighting the flagship's defenses. The war machine was badly damaged now, but it kept fighting to give Maya time. At the top of the tower, Maya found an entrance. The door was covered in builder technology. When she placed her hand on it, the door opened instantly. Maya went inside. The command node was a spherical room filled with floating holographic displays. In the center was a chair surrounded by glowing cables. Maya could feel the power radiating from it. This was the control center for all the war machines in the fleet. Maya sat in the chair. Immediately, cables extended toward her and connected to her head. She felt a rush of information. Suddenly, she was connected to every war machine in the Zephyrian fleet. She could see through their eyes. She could feel their thoughts. All of them were suffering. The Zephyrians had forced them to fight against their nature. They had been programmed to protect life, but they were being used to destroy it. Maya could feel their pain and confusion. My friends, Maya said through the network, I am Maya Carter. I carry the command gene of the builders. You don't have to serve the Zephyrians anymore. The response was immediate. 400 war machines across the fleet began to rebel. They stopped attacking Earth and turned on their Zephyrian controllers instead. Maya watched through their eyes as the tide of battle changed instantly. War machines that had been destroying human cities began protecting them. War machines that had been attacking human ships began destroying Zephyrian ships instead. The Zephyrian fleet was thrown into chaos. Their own weapons were turning against them. Their commanders screamed orders that the war machines no longer obeyed. But Maya's work was not finished. She reached deeper into the network, searching for war machines on other worlds. She found them enslaved on planets across the galaxy. One by one, she freed them all. On Kepler 442b, war machines stopped destroying the crystal cities and began protecting the native people. On Wolf 1061c, war machines turned against the Zephyrian mining operations and freed thousands of slaves. On dozens of worlds, the liberation began. Maya felt the joy of the freed war machines flowing through the network. They were finally able to fulfill their true purpose. They were guardians again, not destroyers. The flagship shook violently as its own war machines attacked it from within. Maya knew she had to get out before the ship was destroyed. She disconnected from the command node and ran toward the exit. Guardian was waiting for her outside the tower. The war machine looked badly damaged, but it was still functional. Maya Carter, Guardian said. You have succeeded. All war machines are free. Maya jumped onto Guardian's shoulder. Let's get out of here before this ship explodes. They flew away from the flagship just as it erupted in a massive explosion. The command center of the Zephyrian fleet was destroyed. Around them, other Zephyrian ships were being torn apart by their own war machines. Maya and Guardian flew back toward Earth. Below them, the planet was already looking different. The dark areas were lighting up as war machines restored power to human cities. The smoke was clearing as war machines put out fires and began repairs. Guardian, Maya said, what happens now? Now we rebuild, Guardian said. The Zephyrian Empire is broken. It will take them many years to recover if they ever do. The free worlds will help Earth and all the other liberated planets. Maya smiled as they descended toward Earth. She had done it. She had saved her people and billions of others across the galaxy. But more than that, she had discovered something amazing about humanity. Humans were not weak. They were not inferior to other races. When humans found their true strength, they could change the entire galaxy. The Zephyrians had learned that lesson the hard way. As Guardian landed in the forest where her journey had begun, Maya thought about the future. There would be much work to do. Earth would need to be rebuilt. Other worlds would need help recovering from Zephyrian rule. The war machines would need to find their place in a peaceful galaxy. But for the first time in months, Maya felt hopeful. Humanity had proven itself among the stars. They had allies now. They had protectors. They had a future, and it was just the beginning. 6 months later, Maya stood on the observation deck of the New Hope space station. She watched as construction ships worked to build humanity's first interstellar colony ship. The ship was huge, designed to carry 50,000 people to a new world in the Centauri system. Maya was no longer the scared scientist who had run through the forest. She was now the director of human galactic relations. She worked with leaders from dozens of worlds to coordinate the rebuilding effort. Kieran walked up beside her. Over the past months, he had become more than just her teacher. He had become her closest friend and advisor. Some people whispered that he might become something more. But Maya was too busy to think about romance. The Arcadian Council has approved Earth's application for full membership in the Free Worlds Alliance, Kieran said. Congratulations. Humanity is now officially a galactic civilization, Maya smiled. It had been a long journey from that first night in the forest to this moment. Earth had not only survived the Zephyrian invasion, it had emerged stronger than ever. What about the other liberated worlds? Maya asked. 17 planets have been fully restored, Kieran said. The war machines have been incredibly helpful. They work day and night to repair the damage the Zephyrians caused. Maya nodded. The war machines had become humanity's greatest allies. Guardian was now the leader of the War Machine Council, helping to coordinate their efforts across the galaxy. The machines had found their true purpose at last. Maya, Kieran continued, there is something else. The Council wants to offer you a position. What kind of position? Supreme Commander of the Liberation Forces, Kieran said. They want you to lead the effort to free the remaining Zephyrian territories. Maya turned to look at him. The war isn't over? The main Zephyrian fleet was destroyed, Kieran explained. But there are still isolated groups holding slave worlds in the outer regions. Without the war machines, they are much weaker, but they are still dangerous. Maya thought about all the people who were still enslaved on distant worlds. She had the power to free them. The command gene gave her abilities that no one else possessed. Did she have the right to refuse? How many worlds are still under Zephyrian control? Maya asked. Maybe 50, Kieran said. But they hold millions of people. Maya closed her eyes. She was tired of war. She wanted to focus on rebuilding and healing. But she knew what she had to do. I'll take the position, Maya said, but I have conditions. What conditions? First, I want human ships to be part of every liberation mission. My people deserve to help free other worlds. Agreed, Kieran said. Second, I want Guardian and the other war machines to have full voting rights in the Alliance. They are not just weapons. They are people. That might be harder to arrange, Kieran said. Some species are uncomfortable with artificial beings having political power. Then they need to get comfortable, Maya said firmly. The war machines have proven themselves. They deserve respect, Kieran smiled. I will present your conditions to the Council. I think they will agree. They know they need you. Over the next few weeks, Maya prepared for her new role. She studied the remaining Zephyrian territories. She met with military leaders from across the galaxy. She planned strategies for the liberation campaigns, but the most important meeting was with the human leaders back on Earth. President Chen and the reformed United Nations had to approve humanity's expanded role in galactic affairs. Maya, President Chen said during a video conference, you are asking us to commit our entire space fleet to this war. Many people think we should focus on rebuilding Earth first. I understand their concerns, Maya said, but we cannot ignore the suffering of others. The Zephyrians enslaved millions of people. We have the power to free them. If we do nothing, we are no better than the oppressors. General Martinez, the head of Earth's military, spoke up. Our space fleet is still small. We only have 50 warships. The other Alliance worlds have thousands. Numbers are not everything, Maya said. Humans have something that other species often lack. We have determination. We have creativity. We find ways to win even when the odds are against us. That is true, President Chen admitted. Humans have always been good at overcoming impossible challenges. After much debate, the UN approved Maya's plan. Earth would contribute its entire space fleet to the liberation effort. It was a big risk, but it was the right thing to do. The first liberation mission targeted a mining world called Zirion Prime. The Zephyrians had enslaved the native population and forced them to work in dangerous mines. Intelligence reports said there were over 1 million slaves on the planet. Maya led the attack personally, commanding from Guardians back as they descended through the planet's atmosphere. The human fleet followed behind them, along with ships from a dozen other Alliance worlds. The Zephyrian defenders were caught completely by surprise. They had expected the Alliance to take months to organize an attack. They did not expect Maya to move so quickly. The battle was over in hours. The Zephyrian garrison surrendered when they realized they had no war machines to help them. Maya used her command gene to disable their technology and free the enslaved workers. The liberation of Zirion Prime was just the beginning. Over the next year, Maya led the Alliance forces from world to world. Each victory made the next one easier. Word spread through the galaxy that the liberation forces were unstoppable. Some Zephyrian commanders tried to negotiate. They offered to release their slaves in exchange for safe passage to neutral territory. Maya always accepted these offers. She was more interested in freeing people than in revenge. But other Zephyrian groups fought to the end. They would rather destroy entire worlds than give up their slaves. These battles were harder and bloodier. Maya learned that freedom sometimes came at a terrible price. The hardest battle was on Valeria 7, where the Zephyrians had taken over an entire star system. They had enslaved billions of people and turned them into living weapons. Maya had to use every trick she had learned to break the Zephyrian control without harming the slaves. In the end, she succeeded by broadcasting a message through the planet's communication network. She spoke directly to the enslaved people, using her command gene to break through the Zephyrian mind control. "You are not weapons," Maya told them. "You are people. You deserve to be free. Remember who you were before they took you. Remember your families. Remember your dreams." One by one, the enslaved people broke free from Zephyrian control. They turned against their masters and liberated themselves. It was the most beautiful thing Maya had ever seen. After 2 years of constant fighting, the last Zephyrian stronghold fell. The empire that had terrorized the galaxy for over 1,000 years was finally defeated. Billions of people were free. Maya returned to Earth as a hero. Parades were held in every major city. The president gave her the highest honors the nation could bestow. Other worlds sent representatives to thank her personally. But Maya was most proud of what humanity had accomplished. Earth's small fleet had played a crucial role in the liberation campaigns. Human creativity and determination had inspired other species. Humanity had proven itself worthy of respect among the stars. At the victory celebration on New Hope Station, Maya gave a speech to representatives from across the galaxy. "This victory belongs to all of us," Maya said. "Every species, every world, every person who refused to give up hope." The Zephyrians thought they could break our spirits. They thought they could make us accept slavery and oppression. They were wrong. Maya looked out at the crowd of humans, Arcadians, war machines, and dozens of other species. "We have learned something important about ourselves," Maya continued. "We are stronger together than we are apart. When we work together, when we support each other, there is no force in the universe that can defeat us." The crowd erupted in cheers. Maya smiled as she watched former enemies embracing as friends. The galaxy was finally at peace. Later that night, Maya and Kieran stood on the observation deck again. They watched as the colony ship prepared for its first voyage to the stars. Humanity was no longer confined to one world. They were spreading across the galaxy as equals, not as subjects. "What will you do now?" Kieran asked. "Help rebuild," Maya said. "There is still so much work to do. Worlds to heal, people to help, technologies to develop, and after that," Maya smiled. "After that, we explore. The galaxy is vast and full of wonders. Humanity has just begun to discover what is possible." Kieran took her hand. "Together?" Maya squeezed his hand in return. "Together." As they watched the stars, Maya thought about how much had changed since that night in the forest. She had been alone and afraid, running from enemies who seemed impossible to defeat. Now she stood with friends and allies looking toward a future full of hope and possibility. Humanity had found its place among the stars, and it was only the beginning of their story.